Hey, it's me, J.Evans, and it's time for us to talk the talk. What are we talking about right here, right now? It's Sizzling Sunday, y'all. That's right. Now, this is when I usually give us like a full-on show, but I'm strictly going to focus on this episode. Did y'all see the iconic episode of Iyanla Fix My Life with LisaRaye? Babe, it gave me all kinds of everything. Before I roll into that, let me roll this disclaimer. All topics are alleged and allegedly. They are strictly for entertainment purposes. So don't come for me saying, oh, J.Evans, I'm going to sue you. No, it's alleged and allegedly, because the only thing I own outright is this lovely straw dispenser with these straws in it. So if you want these straws, not the little glass dispenser, baby, because this is real glass, you can have these straws, but you can't have the dispenser that holds them. Now, if you are not one of my apple pies, those are my subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe, set your notifications so that you'll see when I upload new videos. You'll get a notification, and you can even get caught up because I got all kinds of videos of me running my mouth. If you click that description, there's an interview that I just did this past Monday with the lovely Shannon that appeared on MTV's Ghosted, baby. We chopped it up like veggies for y'all Thanksgiving dressing. How was y'all Thanksgiving? Did y'all have some good dressing, or did somebody make y'all some nasty dressing, or were y'all social distancing? Because you know this year has been a hot garbage can mess. Hopefully next year will be much, much better. But click that description. Look at the video I did with Shannon. Go under my playlist. It has videos of me running my mouth about any and everything. And look at those playlists and get caught up. Now, y'all, let's get into this episode of Iyanla Fix My Life. It gave me breakdown. Y'all know Iyanla like saying we in breakdown mode. Not the regular breakdown, but you know the breakdown Mariah Carey used to sing about on her Butterfly album with Bone Thugs and Harmony, when they used to break down. Study breaking me on down. I was in breakdown mode. I was in the dressing room on Players Club. It was going down like Mary J singing I'm Going Down. From You See That My Life album cover in the background. I'm going down. They took me all the way down with this episode of Iyanla Fix My Life. But I enjoyed it. I thought it has so many things that families do not resolve. So many issues. So it was LisaRaye. Now, it was 3 generations of women. So the title was 3 Generations, 1 Family Breakdown. LisaRaye, the actress, she's a businesswoman, television host. She has, I think, a hairline. Iyanla titled her the Queen. Miss Katie, LisaRaye's mother. Iyanla said she was the Queen mother, and then LisaRaye's daughter, Kai, the princess. Now, baby, if y'all didn't see the special that TV1 did on LisaRaye, she got into some of the stuff, but it didn't go as deep as Iyanla went. Now, do I think Iyanla did a good job with them apple pies? I think, because some of Iyanla's tactics, I don't always agree with. And let me say that this is my opinion. You can have one too, okay? We can be adults and share our views and our opinions. But some of her tactics I don't agree with. In this case, I felt like she did the best she could with what she had, because it was a lot. It was strength. It was pride. It was so much going on, baby. But I get that, and I understand that. And it showed me a lot of times families do not let go of stuff. Families do not resolve issues, and families don't always speak open and honestly about stuff. Like, I can say, for example, and I don't mind saying it, my family, we're not all the way close. I think some people have their own little cliques, and they're sort of like, they communicate with those certain people. And for whatever reason, a lot of people don't resolve their issues. It's almost like you put a Band-Aid on it, and when we see each other, it's sort of like, hey, da-da-da-da, we're going to spend time together, we're going to do this, da-da-da-da-da, whatever. Because I just be like, at this point, you know, we don't get it out in the open, we don't solve it, it's not going to work, so whatever. That's, you know, my own thing. I just roll with who I roll with. But this is what happens. And this episode showed me that a lot of times when people be strong and there's a strength and there's a pride, it's because that's all they have to hold on to, and that's their way of surviving. Now, the mother, to me, Miss Katie, LisaRaye's mother, I think she wanted to feel loved and needed, because she said when Lisa went away to California, it was like she didn't need her anymore. And then she kept bringing up the different stuff about LisaRaye's dad, who unfortunately is deceased. But I felt like Miss Katie didn't want to rub it in her face. I felt like she wanted her to understand, look, this is what I went through with your father. You might have loved him. You might have thought the world of him. And to me, it's easier if you have a parent that's not deceased and a parent that's still here. Sometimes you can take out your grief or your frustrations on that person. So, of course, that person you might look at and put them on a pedestal. And that's what I feel like LisaRaye was doing with her father. Now, Iyanla asked Miss Katie to pick out words. She let them pick out certain words to describe each other. Miss Katie chose anger as to describe her daughter and her granddaughter. Then she said this apple pies. This when it got real, baby. Some of us is lying. We gonna go back just like we came here. Miss Katie did not come to play. You know how you have a person that's older and older people just gonna tell you like it is, ain't no way around it. That's what Miss Katie did. Now, Iyanla was like, okay, let me get you alone, Miss Katie, because I think she wanted to sort of diffuse the situation and see where her head was at. She propped her feet up. She was like, do you need some water? Iyanla knew not to go too far with Miss Katie. Now, she had to sort of feel her out to know. She was like, look, you're my elder. Compared to me, you're an elder. That's right, Iyanla, because Miss Katie was going to slice and dice you, baby, because she's from Chi-Town, so you don't want to play no games with nobody from the Chi. Now, what I found interesting was Miss Katie told her sort of like her life story, that she is the 7th of 13 kids. She was not the oldest. She got married to a man very young. She didn't get to finish school. And she was with him. He was abusive. His girlfriend shot and killed him. They were still married, but he had women, allegedly. And I think Miss Katie did the best that she could with what she had, considering her circumstances. Now, they went over into Iyanla talking with Kai. That's LisaRaye's daughter. She told her feelings, and then she also disclosed that her mother, LisaRaye, sent her to a disciplinary school in Iowa for her attitude. Yeah. Now, Iyanla then had a talk with her, and she was like, be willing to fall flat on your face. And Kai was like, no, I won't fall flat on my face. And she was like, be willing to. Iyanla, sometimes if you answer her and she does not like your answer, she gonna get at you, okay? Now, in Kai's case, I think Kai was saying, I'm not gonna fall because my mama is gonna be there to pick me up. Now, Kai has a child, a daughter, and it's 4 generations of them, and LisaRaye sort of spoils her. So, Kai, to me, her biggest complaint was, you were sent away to school in Iowa. We don't even really need you here, sis, okay? The only thing LisaRaye needs to do is just set you off into the world on your own, and you just, you know, be your own woman. I don't think Kai needed to be there. They need to pull in DaBrat. That's LisaRaye half sister. Did y'all see when her and LisaRaye got into it on Conversations with the Queen? Click that description. I'm going to include that video too, because I did a recap of that. That's who needed to be there. I don't think Kai needed it. It's hope for Kai because she's a little bit younger. Her and LisaRaye can still sort of work out their stuff. I think it should have focused on LisaRaye, DaBrat, and her mama. That's it. The half sister, LisaRaye. But, you know, Kai stuff just was like, whatever. Then Iyanla bought in LisaRaye and told her, your child is broken. Do you have any idea how that happened? And LisaRaye was like, at this point, baby, Iyanla was tired. Do y'all hear me? Iyanla was tired, and she was like, no. Iyanla was like, oh my God. Because at this point, Apple Pies, they had wore Iyanla down. She said she was spoiled. Her daughter was spoiled. And she felt like that her mother was going to make her pay for being a daddy's girl. Now, this is what LisaRaye was saying. At this point, Iyanla was like, I'm just realizing I'm working with one person. Isn't this lovely? It's taking me 5 hours to realize I'm working with one person. Did y'all understand what Iyanla meant when she said that? She meant that all of them give the same answers. It's the same thing. And it's 3 people rolled into one because they all are kicking the same thing. Iyanla said, y'all control, y'all manipulate, you deny, you avoid. I'm going to bring y'all together. We going to thug it out. I was like, Iyanla. She said, we going to thug it out, Apple Pies. Now, I felt her on that because really, ultimately, they all are being strong. They are not really letting their guards down, and they're fighting each other. Now, it rolled over into day 2. They were at the table, and Miss Katie said, a lot of this may be her fault. Iyanla said, why would you say that, Queen Mother? She said, because I really don't know me. Now, that's deep. Because this woman had to survive a marriage, a husband. Then she said when her husband was unfortunately murdered, that she had to take over the business. Did y'all hear allegedly what kind of business that is? Okay, that's a whole nother story. J.Evans ain't gonna get into that, but allegedly, that kind of business. Allegedly. Then LisaRaye was like, well, she knew she didn't have to sort of choose what to be because she was going to take over the business. But since her father unfortunately passed, she ended up going into acting. Now, after that, LisaRaye said she knew how much love was there from her father. Iyanla stopped her. And she said, you mean the manipulative, dishonest, inauthentic love? LisaRaye's face was like, y'all know Iyanla will give you dramatics, baby. But she was saying her father manipulated her because she was used by him against her mother. So I can sort of get that because she's a daddy's girl. The dad is mean to the mom, fighting her, beating her, all kinds of stuff. And then you're so loving to your daughter to the point where she says she can call him at school and be like, they got chicken, I want pizza. And he will come. You know, how you going to do your daughter right and not do the mama right? Now, y'all, she said, Iyanla said the dad was making himself look good and the mom look bad. Y'all don't own y'all stuff. Y'all have to be vulnerable. Now, she gave them some cards because at this point, Iyanla was tired. Iyanla walked in there with her yellow on. She looked cute, but she wasn't doing her, her little chipmunk chocolate. Iyanla was tired. So she just gave them some cards with yes or no on there. And she asked them questions and she wanted them to respond yes or no. She was like, y'all have too many stories. Y'all doing too much explaining. She wanted to just narrow it down and make them put it out there. So, she did one with Miss Katie. And she said, you took LisaRaye with you as you went around to your husband's various girlfriends. She said yes. Iyanla was like, that's not good. Now then, Iyanla said to LisaRaye, if your mother had not put your father out, would he still be alive? And she said no. Then, this moment, and I saw this in a TV One special before, she said, Iyanla asked LisaRaye that your mom said, I bet you wish it had been me instead of the father. And LisaRaye was honest and said yes. And the look on the mom's face, that broke my heart. Because, you know, I was like talking to somebody about it. I was like, they could have left that out. But they were like, no, because they have to be honest. So I get that, but that was a lot to hear. Y'all, could you handle somebody saying that? Like, this is your child saying they wish one parent was still here and you weren't. And it hurt Miss Katie. So Iyanla was like, you're not hearing it again. I'm just getting her response. No, Iyanla, she is hearing it. And that's hard to deal with. Even though you asked a question, it's still hearing it. So you got to understand. Some of your tactics I agree with, some of them I don't. But for any person to hear that again, that's a lot. So she is hearing it. It might not be coming out of her daughter's mouth, but she's hearing it. Now, at this point, Miss Katie was like, she knew her daddy was a damn... you stayed with him. She had no right to be living with him and his woman. And LisaRaye was like, what do I do about it? Mom, can I buy you? Miss Katie was like, you ain't got enough damn money to buy me. Iyanla, you should have took control of that. You shouldn't even let it got to that point. They were in breakdown. Study breaking me on. They were still in breakdown. Put on Mariah Carey and Bone Thugs, baby. That was intense. And I didn't like that moment, Apple Pies. That was a little too much for J.Evans. I don't know if I could have handled that. Now, Iyanla said to Miss Katie, your man and your husband is your business. It's emotionally inappropriate for you to make your daughter responsible for your relationship with your man. I don't necessarily think Miss Katie is all the way doing that. I think she just wants her daughter to know the struggle that she went through. Now, I might not agree with every single thing, that she did with her daughter, but as a human being, as a person, we all make mistakes. So if you're a parent, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn. You're going to grow. We all have relationships with people, not just children, but our cousins, our uncles, our aunts. You're going to make mistakes and you're going to learn and grow. So I don't think Miss Katie was just completely doing that. I think she just wanted her daughter to understand her struggle. And I think LisaRaye needs to know that her mom went through a lot. Her mom still loves her, but it's a hard situation because the mama feel like, oh, you out here in Hollywood, you don't care about me. And LisaRaye is like, I'm doing this, I'm doing everything, I'm doing for my daughter, everybody just got to put their stuff to the side, let the past be the past, accept who and what your father was. Now, Iyanla said your father was inappropriate. He put you in competition with your mother. And then Iyanla said to Miss Katie, you stayed for the money, and she put the card up. Yes. Let me tell you something, Apple Pies. Anytime your father is married, your father cheated, and he got you, and he taking you, and you with him and his different women, that's inappropriate. That's wrong of your father. But because he's not here, and like I said before, it's easy to take stuff out on the person that's here. So I think they all need to let it go. They need to take their power back, accept your father for who and what he was, LisaRaye, and move on because you still got your mama. Now, at the end of it, Lisa said she didn't know she spoiled her daughter and apologized for sending her away to school. Kai don't even need to be here in the episode. DaBrat, like I said, need to be here. Kai just need a time to get herself together. They said she was going to have, at the end, a recap show. The stuff, the writing was like she going to have a certain amount of time. No. Let Kai get herself together. Don't apologize for sending her away. If she was acting a bunny hop, jackrabbit food, and that's what she got. Now, Miss Katie was not looking at Lisa when she was talking, and Iyanla was like, you're not looking. Then Iyanla was like, she's taking everything in. Iyanla, which way is it? 1 minute you against her, 1 minute you for her, sis. I can't. Now, LisaRaye said Iyanla needed to do a follow-up with them in 6 months. Let me tell you what J.Evans think. I think they need to continue their therapy with a licensed therapist or a counselor, somebody that's licensed. Iyanla is a life coach. That was the tip of getting the iceberg sinking to let go of their past and their damage. They need to work with somebody else that's a licensed professional and work on it. It's not going to happen over time. It's not going to happen overnight. But overall, I enjoyed the episode. I think that they all three, even though Kai didn't need to be up there, I think that they're all strong people. And sometimes when you are strong and sometimes when you go that hard when it comes to something, it's because you really love the person. You might not know how to show it the right way, but it's love there. And whenever there is love, you can work through any situations, y'all. So I think they can work it out. I thought it was a good episode, but now you get to see why LisaRaye has this personality, because her mama is a firecracker. And I'm here for Miss Katie. I love Miss Katie because she's just gonna tell you like it is, but they can work it out. Anything is possible, apple pies. So that was my recap and my review of watching the episode. I thought it was good. But Iyanla can't fix that. That's just the bottom line. She can be the beginning period, but she can't fix that, okay? Apple pies, we talked the talk. Now it's time for us to walk the walk. I'm about to get in here and put my spaghetti noodles in this water. It's boiling. I'm about to make me some spaghetti. It's cold here in Dallas. I'm cold. I'm about to make the spaghetti, eat me a little bit, and get in the bed, baby. Take me a little hot shower and warm myself up, baby, because it's cold, y'all. It's December. It's my favorite time of the year. It's Christmas time, baby. So get into it. We're about to close this year out and roll over into 2021. We've talked the talk. Now it's time to walk the walk. Later.